Good morning, everybody. My name is Osa. We are playing Farming Simulator 25 on Alma, Missouri map. And, well, it's winter. There is snow on the ground. I guess our swimming pool's covered in snow. Well, there you go. But it's January. January is a good time to sell things. So, for the most part... no snow on that. Nope, there is a covering of snow. Cool. Anyway, let's get on with the things. So our chickens are chickening. They all seem to be hiding mostly, but we do have some eggs. Might be worthwhile having a look at what other things we can sell, but for now... let's get our truck. New trailer. Well, new to us trailer. It was a used trailer. It was the same price as the one I had. So, I sold the one I had and I bought that one. Oh, I've got to figure out how... oh, that might have been a bad idea. Just saying, that might have been a bad idea. Let's get this under there. So, first things first, we're going to sell some corn. Let's get this thing filled with corn as quickly as we can. I'm not sure if I can load these fully by weight, but this is looking promising. Pretty much good. Move that over. Oh, I am liking this trailer already. And that one. So we should be able to run to the store in 1-2 runs. Brilliant. Let's put that over, cover that up, reselect the front thing, and we should drive to the store. So, not actually a lot of work to do today. I am thinking I'm probably going to buy 1 or 2 fields close to the farm. At least. Ooh. Okay. Need to turn the wheel a little bit more than I expected to. But anyway, let's go sell stuff. I've already looked it up. We will be selling these at the train station. So we can put all of this stuff in. I do like the shifter. All of this stuff in the silo at the train depot. Call a train, load it all up, and send it all in one go. Which is a good thing. But yes, as I was saying, probably looking at buying a couple of the local fields, maybe not the biggest one, but certainly some of the smaller ones. I'm thinking I'm going to want a field of wheat so we can make more straw. I found we're going through straw a little bit quicker now. I've also put some total mixed ration in with the cows, so they're now feeling 100% healthy. That is current size bales, because we're limited to small round bales. That is a single bale of straw 2 bales of silage, 2 bales of hay. Gets us close to the limit. So that's a thing. I could consider looking at getting 2 balers. Whoa. One for making grass products and one for making straw products. And I could limit the straw to small bales so that it's about 5,000 litres. That's good enough. And I can make bigger bales of silage and hay, which would work out better for the... I'd only need 1 bale of each as opposed to 2 bales of each. There's the train. Well, that's unfortunate. Now, where do I want to go? I think I want to turn right where the train station is. I did not bat signal the train depot. But let's do that now. Okay, let me... tag. It's probably the only time I will actually need to do that. And I am confused. Oh, this is not the train sell point. That's awesome. Let me... Oh, the train sell point's all the way over there. Well, that kind of annoying, because that's right by our farm. Okay. Well, went the wrong way. Driving back here is difficult. Alrighty, so lessons learned. Tag the sell points you've never been to yet. Come on. Oh, cut the corner a little bit too tight there. Hopefully I can get through here before the barriers come down again. Okay, good. So these 2 trailers can carry a almost, but not quite, full load of corn, which is kind of good. Okay, take it carefully past the school bus. And this is surprisingly difficult driving conditions. So, got some surprise information on some of the stuff I'm buying for my model railway. I have 2 tank engines on pre-order. Now, tank engines to Americans known as switchers. They're basically small steam locomotives that carry water and coal on the locomotive. They don't have a coal truck's tender on the back for the water and the coal. And I don't have any at the moment. So 2024 February, I put in a pre-order for a small, technically branch line locomotive. They were mostly used for hauling passengers and light freight up and down what we call branch lines. What would America? They're basically trunk routes. And that was scheduled to arrive fourth quarter of this year. So a long pre-order, over a year and almost 2 years from announcement. And so I'm not expecting it until pretty much December. Got notification yesterday. It's arrived in the country, ready to ship. Please pay us for your pre-order. So, okay, that's a surprise. Wasn't expecting that. The other locomotive, I didn't pre-order it. Or I didn't put in for when they closed the books on the pre-orders. But in June, I decided, yes, I am going to buy one. The retail outlets still had some available in their they order excess in essence. So this is the road. So basically what happens is we are not turning. I'm going to knock the signpost over, I think. Ooh. I am going to knock the signpost over. So yeah, what happens is individuals can put in, interest pre-order, and the manufacturer adds up all the pre-orders and says, we are going to make exactly this number of locomotive, maybe a couple of extras. So, yeah. Okay. I am confused. I am going to get out. Oh, I was in the right place. Okay, let's drive back to town. I guess I'm going to go this way round. Well, it gets us driving around the map in the snow. So yeah, they basically, they'll order pretty much what they have. They may get price breaks. So, if we order 1,000, we get, the production facility will charge us X amount. If we order 1,500, we get a price break. And so, if we get pre-orders for 1,426, we'll bump it up to 1,500 because we get the price break. So the units we sell, we make more profit on. And also, we have some spares just in case there's some bad ones, Generally, people, there are a few people will have problems with the model they receive and they'll need to send it back and get a replacement, blah, blah, blah. So there's going to be a few left over. The retail outlets will get all of their pre-orders and they'll add 10, 15, whatever. So they've got some on the shelves for people who just turn up and want to buy one. So in this case, I didn't put in a pre-order when the order book closed. But I went to one of the retail outlets and they still had some of their pre-allocation available. So I ordered it in June. It was supposed to be delivered in June, but then the company found that the electrics inside were very poorly assembled. Coils of wire all over the place. So they had a word with the manufacturer and said, look, this needs to be tidied up. You can't be selling stuff with just, part of the problem with model trains is there's motors, there's electrics. You need to oil the motor, you need to grease the bearings and what have you. So they need to be easy to maintain. You need to be able to take the top off, drops of oil where they need to go, put the top back on, and it's all supposed to be really easy. And if you've got a whole mass of wires in there that you're then trying to shoehorn back inside, that makes it not easy. So they had a word with the manufacturer and said, look, we need to rework this. Make the wire shorter, make the routing, more clean. So the manufacturer said, yeah, we can do that. You won't get them till September. So I have this one locomotive that I ordered in June. It was supposed to come in July. And literally the day after I ordered it, got notification, this isn't coming till September. So that was the locomotive I was expecting to arrive early, if anything. But that one's still on schedule for September, which is only a month away, but then I probably won't see hide nor hair of it until October, because it's due the last week of September. It'll arrive at the manufacturer's, shipped from the production facility to the manufacturer's warehouse, and the manufacturer will then ship them out to the retail outlets, and that usually follows the following week. So if they arrive in country 31st of September, which is the date they're currently saying it'll arrive, the retail outlets won't get them until the first week of October, which means I won't get informed until the first week of October. So that's basically what's going on now. So I have slow down very, very slowly and see if I can take this corner without crashing into the substation there. Being a split trailer, this does corner a lot better than the other one. So yes, so now I've got a locomotive I wasn't expecting until Christmas, arriving probably next week. Not this coming week. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday the week after. Which admittedly is really nice because it's going to end up in country before the cancellation of tariffs. What's currently happening, what is currently in effect is anything I order that is less than $800, I do not have to pay tariffs on, which is nice. Now, I am so confused here. Let's pull up the map again. That is Grain Silo West. That looks like the thing that ships to the train. This is Grain Sell Point. So Grain Silo West is where I now want to go. So I'll drive through here. Probably shouldn't, but I'll drive through here. Truck is not happy coming through here. And actually, it looks like the drop point is here. Okay. Right, that is where the train gets loaded. That is where I get loaded. Where do we unload here? I want to say... Oh no, that's the train call point. Okay. That's a load point. That. Why is that a tipping point? Oh, I am so confused. Okay. Let's get in and drive round. Why would you tip on the tracks? That just makes no sense. Drive round here. Go back to the front again. Okay, there's a way station. Ah. Maybe this place. Well, maybe we'll get paid. Maybe we'll... Things. Corn dump. Let's dump some corn. Hi, train. Let's also take the lid off. Okay. And I'm going to need to look at this tip side front. That is not tip side back. Okay. So Z. U. Okay. Tip side back. Yay. Okay, put the cover back on. Select the back thing. And we will be on tip side front here. Okay, I can turn the help text back off. And there we go, tip side back. All right, that was easy, and we're not getting paid for it, which may or may not be a good thing. We get to drive back to the farm and get the rest of our corn. Gingerly does it. So yes, so surprise train coming, which is good. Though, like I said, I wasn't actually expecting to pay for any trains until October at the earliest. But, well, that's all changed. I go in for outpatient procedure on my back this week, which hopefully should fix the pain. I am taking a week off to recover. which I'm hoping gives me an opportunity to learn how to use the laser cutter with a little bit more skill. I have found a online tutorial on YouTube, and I am very slowly working my way through that, a lot slower than I thought I was. So I came across it and it looked to be like, oh, there's 15 videos how to use some design software and make shapes and how to export them, etc., etc. So I thought, oh, this will be good. And I watched the first one and I watched the second one. And then I started looking at, so how many videos are there? 86. So that might take me a little bit longer than I planned. Although I think a lot of the latter ones are sort of 1 minute videos, having learnt how to do a thing. If you create a shape, here's how to export it to a 3D printer, a laser cutter, whatever. So I don't have a 3D printer at the moment, so I don't need to learn how to do that. So that's all good, I guess. So here we are again back at the farm. But we did drive by earlier. Let's get the truck slowed down. Then what else is going on? That's pretty much what's going on. So yes, so this week, as I said, gonna be having some procedure done to my back. And what's really annoying, it's at 8:40, very close to Detroit. So that's like an hour's drive when there's no traffic. And that's probably going to mean, 2-3 hour drive on a weekday. So Mrs. Osa and I've got to take Mrs. Osa. She has to drive me. That's all going to be, we're going to stay in a hotel near the hospital so we don't have to travel that morning. Didn't shut the barn door.